Tube Review.
What's going on, Tube Nation? Tony Tubes coming back at you. And today is day number 2 of Tube's 10 days.
Oh my god.
10 movies. 10 movie rants.
It's a good choice.
By your pal Tony Tubes.
Seriously, the hell's wrong with you people?
And today, like I said, is number 2. And today we're talking about yet another reboot. Yesterday we talked about the new Turtles reboot, sequel to the Turtles reboot. And today we're talking about the Ghostbusters reboot. That's happening. It's happening. We've all seen proof. And it's okay. You know, I'm really hoping that Paul Feig is a fucking genius. Because I saw the movie The Heat. I really liked the movie The Heat. I thought Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy did a wonderful job in that movie. I thought it was hilarious as fucking hell. And Paul Feig, I wasn't a big fan of Bridesmaids. I think that was a Paul Feig movie. I'm not a huge fan of Paul Feig movies. Let's just say that. I'm really not a huge fan. The Heat was really, really good. But I'm really hoping that he is messing with us here. In the ways of the trailer, him toning it down and not putting a lot to be desired in the trailer, solely for the purpose that trailers are getting ridiculously spoiler-ridden these days. And it's making for a little bit more of a lackluster experience at the theater because I've seen it all. Nothing surprises us anymore because they just keep trying to outdo stuff. But here's the thing. With something like this, a Ghostbusters franchise, like I said about, you know, all the superhero stuff coming out and everything like that, you don't need a huge market, like a campaign, sorry. You don't need a huge advertising campaign for these movies. Ghostbusters sells itself, okay? Solely on nostalgia alone will that movie make its money back and then some, okay? So I'm just saying, I just, you know, I really hope that Paul Feig knows what he's doing and that he's just like, I'm going to give you this kind of shitty trailer and, you know, and you guys will just kind of be like, what? And then it'll be like, whoa, and, you know, stuff like that. So let's get to the trailer. The trailer was, like I said, it was not that good. And there is put on, you know, go into YouTube and type in Ghostbusters 2016 recut. And then find the one that's recut with the original, just like the original Back to the Future song. And honestly, if they just would have, it was like a 50-second commercial, a 50-second trailer that a fan made and stuff, that was the same trailer with stuff cut out of it, but with the original Ghostbusters theme just put into it, and it made it so much more fun looking. So I mean, the trailer itself, it was cut really, really bad, is what it was. Same with the Into Darkness, or not Into Darkness, but Star Trek Beyond trailer. Same thing. But, so, we have the Ghostbusters, and they're all women, and that's fine. I don't give a shit that they're all women. I might have some qualms about which women they picked. I think that Kristen Wiig will do a good job. The blonde girl, I think that she'll do a good job. And Melissa McCarthy, I'm pretty sure will do a good job. And I cannot remember her name for the life of me. The other SNL girl that's in there. You know, I really hope they don't stereotype her out too much.
You didn't disclose that the vehicle was going to be a hearse. It's a Cadillac.
I've always been really pissed off because even when you look at like the Ghostbusters, like the poster for the original Ghostbusters movie, it doesn't have Winston in it. And I've always been kind of wondering why Winston was always kind of excluded from a lot of that stuff. And you know, I think that Winston's character, and I'm sorry, they're African American, they're black. So I'm going to say, you know, that, you know, the black people that they've put in the movies have not been thoroughly put out there as, hey, this is a main part of the movie. They're just kind of like a side note, somebody for filler. But I really, really love Winston, and I think that her character, I'm going to borrow a car from my uncle. Hopefully that's Winston. See, that's what's confusing to me, is that is it a reboot or is it a sequel? They're saying that it's a reboot and everything, but I just have this this feeling that Paul Feig might be fucking with us a little bit here, and that it might not be a reboot, and that just adds for more surprises and more awe, more something to look forward to in the ways of not knowing what the fuck is going to happen. So maybe I think that it's going to be a sequel, not a reboot. That's what I think. I think that somewhere in there, I don't know, dude. But the trailer, the power of Patty compels you part.
The power of Patty compels you!
That didn't need to be in there. And God, dude, just kind of like, it's kind of one of those jokes that's been kind of beaten to death, And it's not the chick that said it or anything like that. It's just the fact that it was used, and it's kind of a dated joke, and it was just, I don't know. But, you want to know what? My kids loved it. My kids loved it. So, maybe that's what they're going for. The ghosts...
There's sightings all over the city.
Aspect of it, I loved the original Ghostbusters movies because the ghosts all had their own personality. The ghosts all had different... They were different ghosts. Each ghost was different, and they were very wonderfully created. And this one, they all just look blue. And yeah, like, okay, there's a big tall one that my kids loved. There's a big tall one and stuff, and there's one that, pukes slime up on people and shit. But they all just kind of look the same, and it doesn't look as cool as the 80s, man, or the early 90s. It doesn't look as cool as the graphics from back then. They should have stuck with that. I honestly think they should have stuck with that kind of thing because they looked awesome. They looked like spirits. They looked like they had their own personalities, like I said. And it's the Ghostbusters, man. It's the Ghostbusters. And you can't, it's dated for a reason, and I think that that's one of those movies that holds up. If the first Ghostbusters movie came out these days, even with the same effects that they had, I think it'd still make a shitload of fucking money. So the ghosts really weren't doing it for me. I think that the new proton packs and the new, the two guns and everything, I think that the new gear looks really cool. I'm not sure about the Ecto-1. I really think that the old school car, if they would have, if they just would have been a sequel and they would have dusted off the old one, they can do that shit in Hollywood, goddammit. But Ghostbusters is very sacred to me. I fucking loved the Ghostbusters when I was a kid. That was perfect timing for when I was a kid that was watching movies back in the early 90s. That was me, man, and I just really hope they don't fuck it up, man. I really hope they don't fuck it up. That trailer really sucked, and... it's the Ghostbusters, man. Who are you gonna call? And I'm just worried that after this movie comes out, it's gonna be like, not these chicks. I feel, God, I just feel like it's gonna be terrible. And then a year from now, we're all gonna be sitting there going, my God, what are we gonna do now? But it's like, for some of us, it's like, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. You shouldn't have come back to it in the first place. It was perfect the way it is, man. And, I really hope that Paul Feig's fucking with us. That's all I can say about it. It's the end of this. Hopefully, Paul Feig, hopefully you're fucking with us. And hopefully that trailer and all these things about it being a complete reboot and everything, I hope all this stuff turns out okay. That's all I can say. I just hope it turns out okay. It's the Ghostbusters, man. It's so strange. It who you call? Maybe these chicks. Maybe these chicks. Anyways, so hopefully Ghostbusters is good. Hopefully that trailer just sucked and they fired whoever the fuck did it. And I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I'm going to give them one more trailer. Same with Star Trek Beyond. I'm going to give them one more trailer to impress me. Then after that, my interest in it's going to go down. So, thank you guys very much for watching day number 2. I'm sorry it was depressing. Tomorrow will be better. But yeah, I have to talk about the ones that look shitty too, man. And hopefully it's going to be good. But anyways, Make sure you check me out on Completely Unoriginal. It's a podcast that I do out of DakotaBroadcasting.com with Adam St. Paul and Kurt Campbell. And you can check out the YouTube link for that below in the description below. There's a link to that. And also catch me this next Tubes Day and every other Tubes Day at Slackers Bar in Aberdeen. I do stand-up comedy there as Tony Tubes. And a bunch of other people doing really good stuff too. Really good comedians and everything coming through there. And some musical acts. And hey, if you want to get up and try it yourself, come and check it out. And that starts at 8 o'clock every other Tubes Day at Slackers Bar in Aberdeen. And sometimes we might do some road shows. So, but once again, thank you very much for watching. This was day number 2 of 10 days. Fucking 10 movies. 10 movie rants. By yours tubely, Tony Tubes.
But we could work with that.
We'll see you guys tomorrow for number 3. And I tell you, I'll give you guys a hint as to what it is. It's a sequel. See you guys tomorrow, man.
All right, I've run out of patience. On to roost!
Tube Review.